So, so what are you seeing when you look at this Republican race in Florida?
Mitt is to be complimented. He did a hell of a job. I mean, a victory like that is important. I thought he'd win by 12 to 15. He won by 14. He was right on target. It was Super PAC A against Super PAC B. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think in our party, the Republican Party, our candidates are decent but mediocre.
No passion in the room, you said in the break.
They don't see the problem. Here's what they say. Washington's broken. No, it's not. It's bought. Washington is bought. It's corrupt. And until you clean the room, you won't build any new furniture.
Oh, okay.
Mark Alpin?
Well, there you go.
Process that metaphor in 3, 2, 1. Governor, you have been out there proselytizing on this issue of money in politics. You've got a president who, I talked about this when he was a candidate. You have got a Republican likely nominee who has never been tainted by scandal, never any indication that he was bought as an elected official. And yet the public imagination does not seem to have been captured by this issue.
Yeah.
Is it too late, or do you still hope that 2012 is the year in which Americans say we need to make break the connection between money and politics?
At a minimum, it's a good question. At a minimum, we can start the journey because I think it needs to happen. I don't think the two major candidates now get their hands around it. They talk about Washington being broken and they're going to do tax reform, budget reform, immigration reform, fair trade reform, bank reform, health care reform. No, they won't. They don't control Washington. The special interests do. Just look at the record. Here's my approach. If we don't clean up the room, nothing good will happen. If we don't address this problem, nothing will happen. Now, I think the best I've done in a national poll last week was 4% across America. That's a small number. Might be deciding in this race.
And some probably thought you were Buddy Ebsen.
That's right. They probably got confused with somebody else. But here's my point. It's not about me. It's about us and the things that America needs done. We've lost an economy the size of Canada the last 15 years. Unsustainable trade imbalance. There were 1 billion cell phones made in the world last year. None made in America. We have 1.5 million fewer jobs in America today than we did 14 years ago, and there are 47 million more Americans. We are a nation in trouble. And will it make a difference between Obama and Romney? I prefer Romney, but it won't make that much difference until we address the problem.
Okay, buddy.
And the problem, Mark, is special interest money. It owns these guys. I'm in Katrina in New Orleans, and I see the president land 3 days later and say, "Good job, Brownie." You know how Brown got his job as head of FEMA? He gave a $10,000 check to the Republican committee.
Governor, this is all good until you overturn the Supreme Court 2010, which brought us the Super PAC. So is it inside Washington or is it inside the judicial system? Everything else is discussion. Next week, we're going to see a lot of the anonymous donors unveiled. It's going to be an interesting discussion about the Super PACs. But until you solve that, everything else is discussion.
You know,
it changed our democracy.
I cannot argue with your point. It's valid. This is a complex subject.
I think it's as simple as that, frankly.
I do too, but you can approach it different ways. You can approach it by the leader of our country making it an issue. Mr. Obama seems not to. You could make it an issue in the campaign. So far, it's not been an issue.
But do you agree that the Republican-driven Supreme Court made a big mistake with that?
What do you mean the Republican-driven Supreme Court?
I don't know. 5-4. I don't know. If we try to line it up, I don't know. I saw that as a 5-4. Mark, help me out.
Donnie,
I'm just keeping score.
It's not about Republicans and Democrats.
No, it's not.
It's about America.
Okay.
So quit doing it, Donnie.
Hey, this guy, Buddy, has a message.
Democracy.
Well, you know, I think the country is better than it's showing now. I think we're a nation in decline. Let me say it. I can give you all the evidence you need. A debt that'll never be repaid. A budget that'll never be balanced. A tax reform bill that will never get to first base. You can't read the tax code. GE pays nothing. You paid more taxes than they did. It's not fair. How do you solve it? You quit having special interests run Washington. Now, your question is, well, that depends on the judiciary. No, it doesn't. Congress can. Let me tell you what Congress can do.
I know.
Congress could require
Donnie.
Donnie, you want to solve it?
Yes.
Congress could require 48-hour disclosure.
I love that.
Congress could require full disclosure.
Okay.
Congress could limit PAC contributions to individuals. That's $2,500.
I've had a revelation.
They can do that by law. Congress could make lobbyists not participate.
They can't make somebody's vote count as much as Shelley Adelson's.
Let me tell you what I've decided I'm going to do here.
What?
This is going to make Buddy mad.
Oh, no, don't do that.
I'm going to start a PAC, a super PAC for Buddy. And we're going to call it the Crimson Tide PAC.
Oh,
and he can't do anything to
Stephen
stop
Colbert already did that with me.
No. Well, we're going to raise real money. I'm telling you, we got the Super Tuesday states coming up.
God.
He could do well in the South, couldn't he?
I like his message.
Well, you know, you've already declared
He has
Romney the
won.
winner here today.
No, I
He's
haven't.
got 80. No, you haven't.
No,
But
I
some
have
people
not.
at this table who shall go nameless have.
Don.
He has 89 votes. All he
89.
needs is 1,055 more. Way to go, Mitt. 4 states have spoken. They don't represent America yet. This can go any number of ways. Odds on, it's Romney, but it's not over. It's just starting.
And once again, before we call Romney the cyborg, he's not the problem. It's that one Supreme Court decision. It was the most important decision of the last century, guys.
Oh, Donnie's right.
No, you shut up.
Now, Joe.
Look, nobody wants to address
Look,
that.
I refuse to be paralyzed.
By the way, I said shut up,
refuse
it's a
to
joke.
quit.
Yes, I do too. I know.
Governor,
But I just
after the decision,
Let's listen to Mark.
That's a joke. Fight.
After the decision, the president in 2010 tried to make it a big election issue, and it didn't go anywhere.
He really stayed with it, didn't he?
Well, he stayed
Mark,
with it.
come on, Mark, he's BS.
You're
and
so
you know it.
naive.
He doesn't care. Here's the only president in American history who barely 2 years into a 4-year term announces re-election, and I'm going to raise $1 billion. Guess where he got it from? Wall Street and Goldman. How does
And
it
he's
go?
playing by the rules of the Supreme Court.
Goldman friggin' Sachs.
And let me say, even before that 2010 election that you were, that decision you're talking about, Buddy, this president was the one, after all, that said, you know what, I'm not going to be held to the spending limits. I'm going to be the first in U.S. history.
He double-crossed John McCain. They had an agreement.
They had an agreement. He made a vow to the voters, and then he broke his word. So, come on.
The press made him pay a price for that.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah, they really held
the press
this
has been
speech.
very unfair.
Look, it's not about Obama and Romney. It's about us. It's about America.
everybody.
Stand up.
Okay.
And let me give you a place to do it. BuddyRoemer.com.